The term common law wife or husband is a popular misconception that such a relationship or an institution, whatever you'd like to call it, actually exists. There is no such thing as a common law husband or wife. It's a phrase that was introduced into the English language many years ago, but it doesn't actually have any legal definition or standing. It doesn't have any legal validity. Obviously, if you separate, things will be very difficult, and the welfare of your children are likely to be one of the paramount factors that you have to consider, on the assumption that both of you have parental responsibility for your children, and even if you don't, you'll both want to be involved in the upbringing of your children. So you can enter into an informal agreement for the care of your children, which would cover things like how much time your children spend with each parent and so on and so forth. So you can negotiate what will happen with your children. In the unfortunate event that you can't reach agreement and the matter has to go to court, then there are various orders that can be applied for, but the primary objective should always be to negotiate. The making of a will and what happens if one of you dies without making a will is something that people tend to overlook, but I can't stress enough how important it is for all couples, individuals, to address their minds to the making of a will. The important thing to understand is where you're cohabiting, there isn't an automatic right of inheritance of your partner's property. Obviously, if you have a house and it's held in joint names and it's held as joint tenants, then the law says yes, it will automatically go to the surviving partner. But if it's held as tenants in common, or if it's in the sole name of one of the partners, and for example, if it's that partner that dies, then you'll have all sorts of problems and will then have to look to make applications for declarations of interest and so on and so forth. So it has to be stressed and emphasised how important it is for people to address their minds to the making of a will and to actually make a will and keep it reviewed and valid.